Good morning, Space Coast Junior Senior High School. I'm your proud new principal, Dr. Jannette Connor.
Can you just tell us about yourself and what made you want to be a principal?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm born and raised locally here in Brevard, and growing up I was always very involved in school. So from a young age, I immersed myself in sports and extracurricular activities through clubs. And honestly, through getting to know my teachers, my coaches, and my different admin teams at every level of life, that's what motivated me and inspired me basically to go into education. Say I was the involved student, right? Like I was super big into making sure that we had school spirit. I took a lead on a lot of different clubs. So just like we have SGA, like I was the leader of SGA. I was a cheerleader growing up in high school, so I was really big into making sure that we had school spirit from mainly the middle school level all the way through high school. But that was a huge passion for me, was just student involvement. I ran things like homecoming committee and prom committee and different spirit groups with students at games. So for me, that was a huge focal point. And then as I continued to grow into my career, I wanted to connect with students more and make that same impact, but on a bigger level. So from a teaching level, a coaching level, a school counseling level, and then ultimately as an administrator as well.
How would you describe your leadership style?
I would say I'm firm but fair, and I would say I also want to make sure that we're having fun, right? Like I want us to have a good time. I want us to obviously learn and do the right thing, and ultimately every student graduate, but in the process I want to make memories, and I want this to be the best experience possible for everybody.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject would probably have been English, but also my electives that I involved myself with. So I was the editor of yearbook, and I loved the creative side of piecing together the yearbook annually. So as I joined yearbook in 9th grade and then continued to accelerate in my high school courses, by my senior year I was editor, and I really enjoyed the creative ability that I had in that class.
If you weren't a principal, what kind of job would you have, or what would you be?
That's a tough one. My bachelor's is from Florida State in fashion merchandising. So at one point in my life, I was actually on a completely different trajectory, and I wasn't in education. I was working in the fashion industry in New York City. I worked for 17 Magazine, the magazine company. So if I wasn't in education, I would probably be pursuing something in the world of fashion.
What's one thing you think our school does really well?
I think that we do a really good job of getting all ages involved. Obviously, this is a combo school, so from 7 through 12, we have a plethora of things for kids to engage with, whether it's clubs or sports. And I think that that's something that separates ourselves from other surrounding high schools. So the fact that we have grades 7 through 12, we can get kids involved from a much earlier time in their career. And I think that that is what sets us aside from other surrounding high schools that maybe are just 9 through 12. Us being 7 through 12, we can get you guys a part of things, whether it's athletically, academically, or even extracurricularly through clubs from an earlier age.
What are your goals for our school?
I would say just to continue to capitalize on what we're already doing. I mean, academically speaking, obviously Space Coast just became an A, so we want to continue down that path. But I would say school spirit is probably a goal of mine, to see more students getting involved and participating in things. I would love to see our student section really go off at everything from pep rallies to volleyball games to basketball games to football. So just continuing to get kids involved and really making a true experience out of what we can offer at our different athletic events, and seeing kids come out and really, really support Vibrant Nation.